Hey, how's it going? Andy Antiles from Greystone Trading here. And if you're watching this video, that means that you have recently scheduled a call with one of my advisors to chat more about how you can start earning extra income with the stock market and exactly how we can help you do that. In this video, I'm actually coming at you from Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. As you can actually see, Google has identified as such. I'm here with my lovely wife on our 1-year anniversary trip. So very excited to be on this trip with her. But I wanted to film this video to speak to something that I think is very, very real and very, very important to us to talk about. In this world that we are living in 2025, heading into 2026 now, anytime that you open up your Instagram or your TikTok or your Facebook, there's a new guru in a rented Lamborghini and a rented mansion maybe talking to you about how an automated Amazon business or a faceless YouTube channel or a digital marketing business is going to make you rich in the next 3 months, right? And so there's all of these, whether or not they're there's plenty of scams out there. There's plenty of bad programs and bad offers out there, and there's just lots of bad actors. And so even if you've booked a call and you're interested in working with me and working with Greystone Trading, you likely have some skepticism, right? You likely are skeptical about maybe me, about our company, about what we have going on here. And so I want to speak to that directly. I think it's really important that we talk about this openly because it's a very real thing and it's a very real problem. And I want to have a candid conversation about that and actually go through, if you haven't already, I'm on my second take of this video. So if we just type in, is Greystone Trading a scam on Google? Maybe you've done that already, maybe you haven't, but I want to go through this process with you and actually talk to you again openly about what's out there online and speak directly to it. So hopefully you appreciate that perspective and hopefully this is helpful for you. So I've just searched up on Google, is Greystone Trading a scam? And one of the most important things that pops up right away here is this other company called Graystone Asset Management. And we see that a lot of people will get confused by companies that have a similar name to Greystone Trading. You can see this is the correct spelling. This is the exact company that I founded in December 2020. We actually became incorporated in February of 2021. So we're coming up on 5 years in being in business. And this is the name of our company, Greystone Trading LLC, Greystone with an A. And so there's lots of companies with similar spelling, whether they spell Greystone with an E or they are an entirely different business like Greystone Asset Management. And so I wanted to initially point that out to make sure that, if you're doing your own due diligence, this is my company, Greystone Trading LLC. Beyond that, on Instagram, there are lots of imposters that will make a Greystone Trading Instagram account and they'll change one letter or two letters or add some, an exclamation mark or an underscore, and they will just, these are scammers based in Nigeria and India, and they will follow all of my new followers and they will reach out to them and try to get them on a WhatsApp or a Telegram group and talk to them about Bitcoin or foreign exchange and different things. So I want to be very clear that, we only enroll new students into our programs with a one-on-one Zoom call where we are on Zoom face-to-face. You're going to be meeting with one of our advisors. And so if someone is reaching out to you, claiming to be me, claiming to be Greystone Trading, and they want you to send them money on an offshore account via WhatsApp or Telegram, that is not us. And so again, if you're poking around on the internet and you've seen something about that, that is not us. We only trade on regulated brokers. We don't do anything with offshore brokers or anything like that. Everything, like I said, is on a regulated brokerage account where you are the only person that has access to your money. So I wanted to discuss that as well. So as we continue to scroll down here, you can see our Trustpilot account right here. This is our verified account with 610 reviews, and we'll go through that a little bit together in just a minute. Let's see if we click here, what are the risks of using Greystone? So this talks about Greystone Asset Management, which again has nothing to do with Greystone Trading LLC. It has nothing to do with me, nothing with my company. This is, an asset management company, which it seems to me they are either a a broker. They're managing other people's money. It has nothing to do with me or my company. If we click here is Greystone Real. Again, this is about a different company called Greystone, spelled with an E. And it says it's a private commercial real estate finance and investment company. So you may be able to, find, different customer reviews and things like that about Greystone Asset Management or Greystone, the real estate company. I think, there's a Greystone mining company in South Africa or something like that. There's lots, like I mentioned, lots of companies with slightly different names. So just be sure that you're looking at Greystone Trading LLC. And the actual two places, Trustpilot, as well as our Better Business Bureau profile, are the two places where there's actual verified customer reviews of ours, of my company, Greystone Trading LLC. Pepperstone, that is not us, who is the owner of Greystone Trading. You can see here that it mentions myself, that I am the founder and CEO, and then my father. It actually correctly mentions here as well as the chief investor and strategist. My dad does work inside of our company, Greystone Trading. We could talk maybe a little bit more about my dad and his background. My dad, started working on Wall Street in the 90s, and starting in 2004, he began to manage hundreds of millions of dollars a year over the course of his career, billions and billions of dollars for the biggest banks and hedge funds in the world at the highest level. And he is my mentor. He's the reason why I'm in a position now to be teaching other people how to day trade and how to earn income from financial markets. It's because I had an incredible mentor in my father, who was a phenomenal hedge fund trader and investor. So let's see what we see here. Can I trust Greystone Trading LLC? So it says correctly here that we are not accredited by the Better Business Bureau. We are working on that. And so if we just go to our Better Business Bureau account, looks like the camera stopped. So hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. But it mentions here, so we have a B- rating, and that's because we aren't accredited. We are working on that. And so hopefully we'll be at that A rating very, very soon. But in the B range is still pretty good. And that's likely due to our 4.58 rating based on our customer reviews that you see here. We have a review from Deborah, from Kelly, from Ed, Elmer, Katie, Jason. And so these are all really, really awesome reviews. Of course, there are only 12 of them here. The majority, and we have one one-star review as well from this gentleman, Steve. And the majority of our reviews live on Trustpilot. But before we get to our Trustpilot account, which I do want to go to and talk to you guys about as well. Okay, the camera started working again. Okay, before we get to our Trustpilot and talk about the one-star review that we just saw on Better Business Bureau, I just wanted to continue to go through Google here. So we have, is Jason Greystone legit? This is a Reddit thread. Jason Greystone has no connection to myself, to our company. So I don't know what this Reddit thread talks about him, but he has nothing to do with Andy Antiles or with Greystone Trading LLC. And as we continue to go down here, we already went to our Better Business Bureau profile, and this is about Greystone Asset Management. And this is another one, Greystone VC. So this is a 2.7 star rating and 154 reviews. This is another company. I think this might be, Stolen Crypto. It is Greystone.vc. This has nothing to do with Greystone Trading. I think this is an offshore company, but it's Greystone VC. It is not Greystone Trading LLC. This, I believe, does link to, no, it does not link to our YouTube account. This is Danny's Tutorials. So this is Danny's Tutorials. It's probably a YouTube account that does affiliate marketing. And so they'll review tons and tons of different programs with having an affiliate promotion to a different course or program that they're promoting. Greystone Trading Reviews. I actually have not seen this one. Let's see what this is together. And it doesn't look like there's anything here. And it's Greystone Trading, spelled with an E. So once again, it has nothing to do with me or our company here. Okay, so this is pretty much everything that comes up on Google. And like I mentioned, the two things that are real profiles of ours, of the company Greystone Trading LLC, are this Better Business Bureau profile and our Trustpilot. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our Trustpilot. We have a 4.8 star rating, which we are incredibly proud of. Again, Greystone Trading is the company that I started at the very end of 2020, in December of 2020, and we actually incorporated in February of 2021. So we're coming up on 5 years, and I'm incredibly proud to have built up this Trustpilot profile. This is really where our customer reviews live. And we have 610 customers that have written reviews on here with a 4.8 star rating. And they are tremendous. I'm not going to bore you with going through all of these reviews, but I'm incredibly grateful for the relationships that we have with our customers, for the impact that we've been able to have. This is what it's all about for me and our customer success team. We obsess over our customer experience and about how our customers feel about us. And so this is incredible. It's an incredible source of pride for me and for our team that works incredibly hard to get this result that we can all look at together. Something like Lenny getting 70% profit in 2 months, which is incredible. And again, I'm not going to bore you, but it's endless of people saying how Greystone has changed their lives, et cetera. We do have 4% of our total reviews are 1-star reviews. And I mentioned earlier on our Better Business Bureau profile, we have a 1-star review as well. And that is a real thing, that the best businesses in the world have 1-star reviews, right? If you use your iPhone and you love your iPhone and you've had Apple products for a decade or multiple decades, if you look up reviews for the iPhone or the MacBook, whatever Apple product, you will see 1-star reviews. If you filter to 1-star, you will see endless 1-star reviews in the case of Apple, because they have, at this point, probably billions of customers. If you look up your favorite restaurant in town or your favorite restaurant in your favorite city, you will see 1-star reviews. I am incredibly proud that this number is so small for us at 4%. And we do everything that we possibly can to serve our customers, again, as best we can. But it unfortunately is inevitable being in business. There will be customers who are unhappy with their experience with the company, and that's a real thing. And we do everything that we possibly can to make those relationships right. Again, it's a reality that I want to speak directly to. It's not that absolutely 100% of our customers have a phenomenal experience with us, and we do refund customers every single month. We have a refund policy, and we stand by that, and we honor our refund policy. And so we do everything that we possibly can to right our wrongs, because we make mistakes sometimes, and sometimes I feel that a negative customer experience, we take full accountability for. Sometimes I don't feel that we necessarily did anything wrong, but we still go above and beyond to do, once again, everything that we possibly can to make the customer feel like things were made right. So sometimes we make mistakes and we right our wrongs, and sometimes, even though I don't necessarily feel like we did anything wrong, if a customer is unhappy, we do everything that we possibly can to make that relationship right. And it's something that we pride ourselves on. This company has been around, like I mentioned, we're coming up on 5 years, and we've only been able to sustain ourselves for this number of years because we put our customers first, and we're an incredibly customer first focused organization, and we have an incredible culture in our company. You don't get 600 reviews, 91% of which are 5-star, if that isn't the case. And I'm incredibly proud of what we've built. And once again, I wanted to film this video to speak directly to maybe something that you've already thought about, or that you will likely be thinking about as you approach your roadmap call, where you'll be meeting with one of our advisors. And hopefully this video was helpful. I'm trying to think if I left anything out, but I think that is it. You know what? I'm just going to go and go to my father's LinkedIn, because this is something that I think is important to share as well, right? There's, like I mentioned, anytime you open up Instagram or TikTok, there's all of these different people, spitting ideas at you about how you can become rich in the next 3, 5, 7, 12 months. And while get rich quick certainly is not true, you can certainly see meaningful progress, meaningful success in life in a shorter period of time than maybe what you thought possible. But only if you're learning from the right people, right? And I think that one of the reasons why what we have here at Greystone Trading is so unique is because of the mentor that I had that taught me how to be a profitable, successful trader. And that is my father, Seth Antiles, who I am incredibly, incredibly blessed. I was able to persuade my father a couple years ago. You can see in August 2023. So after a couple years of being in business, I was actually able to bring my dad into the company. And so he's been working with us for a couple years now. But I mentioned, my dad has an extensive background on Wall Street. He started at Chemical Bank, which was acquired by JP Morgan, I think shortly after he left. This goes back to 1992, right? He then went to Merrill Lynch and Citibank. During these times, he was a specialist in Latin American financial markets, and he was an incredible analyst. And it was in 2005 when he went on to what we call the buy side of Wall Street. So here he was at these big Wall Street investment banks where he was on the sell side, serving, meaning his customers were big hedge funds and asset management firms. And then he went to the buy side where he was one of those hedge funds or asset management firms. And so he was at this firm called Sykes Investment Advisors from November 2005 to March of 2021. He was managing hundreds of millions of dollars every single year, trading at the highest levels. In 2008, he positioned himself he shorted global financial markets. He saw the great financial crisis coming, just like Michael Burry. Maybe you're familiar with Michael Burry. And my dad actually led the best performing fund in the United States that year. So that was in 2008. And after a long, 16-year run there, he went to Millennium. Millennium is one of the biggest hedge funds in the world, if not the absolute biggest hedge fund in the world. From there, he went to Exodus Point, which is another big hedge fund. And then he was just managing his own personal capital for a little bit before he joined us here at Graystone. And so this is incredibly rare to get someone with this sort of smart money background, this sort of hedge fund style background. And this right here is the reason why I was able to become, I say it humbly, but very successful at a young age, to the point where, I was an 18-year-old kid earning 6 figures a year from trading in the stock market. And a 20-year-old kid earning multiple 6 figures a year. It's because I had this incredible mentor. And I think that's important to point out as well. With everything, everything that there is out there online, there's very few people that can sit here in front of you and say, hey, like, this is where I learned my skill set from. Someone with this sort of background. And so I think that's helpful to understand as well. So again, if you're watching this, I totally understand that, you may be skeptical coming into this. You saw this on Instagram and you had some conversation with us back and forth. You've watched some videos. I really encourage you to watch the videos that we continue to send you over the next day or 2 days, the interviews with our students, trainings that I've done, just giving you more information. Our goal is to really give you as much information and insight as possible to help you make the most informed decision as possible and really see if this is the right opportunity for you. So once again, I hope you got value out of this video, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you inside of our program at Greystone Trading. Take care and talk to you soon.